2 brand new releases in what is already a very fantastic and awesome collection or series, and a brand new face to go along with it. Let's drink some whiskey. We're all very familiar with the Bushmills brand. As of late, I would always consider them to have been, in previous years, the sleeping giant. But as of lately, they are knocking it out of the park with some brand new and very impressive and age statement whiskies. And to talk about it, we have a brand new face behind the Bushmills brand, Mark McConville.
Yep.
You're very welcome to the show, Mark.
Thanks for having me.
It's great. Why don't you tell us who you are and your position in Bushmills?
I think I have probably one of the best and most coveted jobs in whiskey at the minute.
Nice.
I'm the Bushmills brand ambassador. I look after Sexton as well. I mean, I'm coming into the role at probably one of the most exciting times for Bushmills in the past 20 plus years.
For sure.
Our Causeway collection has just, like you said, you know, Bushmills is deemed to be a sleeping giant, but we're very, very much awake. We'll touch into that a bit later on once we reveal our new releases. But I've been knocking around the industry for quite a long time.
You're not a stranger to the scene.
Not a stranger to the scene at all. No, I worked for numerous different brands over the years, but when the opportunity to work with a brand as synonymous with Irish whiskey and as synonymous with Ireland as
Yes.
Bushmills comes along, it's something a bit special.
You don't turn that down?
No.
No.
Once in a blue moon opportunity. So
you're the new face of Bushmills Ireland. You're the
Yep.
brand ambassador.
yeah. So
And, coming to a tasting near you. Obviously, if you follow him on Instagram.
Yeah.
Been busy lately.
yeah. So Bushmills Mark on Instagram. Not too hard to remember. Busy. This is the first year that we've ever done a roadshow for our Causeway collections. Traditionally, it would have been a launch event in our distillery. This year we took a bit of a different approach, that we wanted to cast that net a wee bit wider.
Okay.
We wanted to go to the cities and the towns that love Bushmills, fans of Bushmills are there, and bringing it to their hometown. So yes, slap bang in the middle of it.
Yeah.
We were in Waterford yesterday,
Okay.
Kilkenny today, Dublin tomorrow.
Oh man, you're busy.
So there's a lot
Kept going.
going on. Yeah. Culminating then we finish up in Cork.
Okay.
Next week.
Very good.
So
it's like you're a band on the road, but with whiskey,
pretty much.
which is pretty cool.
And my tour bus is a Vauxhall Astra. So
Right, okay.
it's a bit different.
So yes, a little bit smaller than normal tour buses.
Yeah.
We're actually sitting in a pub where I kind of, got my real introduction to the kind of more premium brands of Irish whiskey along these lines. One of my old haunts, Matt the Miller's in Kilkenny. Have you been here before? Have you?
I have been here, yes. I've been here with work, in a work capacity. I've been here socially as well. Listen, it's a great spot. Kilkenny's a great town. There's so many fantastic whiskey pubs. To be hosting an event like this tonight in Matt the Miller's is, it's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Matt's is a good spot. It's part of the Whiskey Guild here in Kilkenny as well.
Yeah.
So there's about 10 or 12 pubs now at this stage we have. So it's an exciting time for Irish whiskey in Kilkenny, and it's nice to see Bushmills in Matt the Miller's, one of my kind of old haunts, as they said.
Absolutely. And we're delighted to be here as well. You know, we want to get out there, we want to engage, we want people trying these liquids. We're so proud of what we're doing. We know that we have some amazing whiskies coming out and plans for the future as well. The only way to do that is getting liquid on lips and getting people experiencing it for themselves, and hopefully they feel the same joy as I did whenever I tried these liquids for the first time.
And that's a smashing transition into actually talking and drinking about whiskies, because we're not even going to look at them, we are going to try them, yes?
Yeah, of course.
Before anyone else, that's just the little perks of the job that I have here. Walk us through, what are we drinking? Because I can see them, they can't see them on the camera. So it's time to unveil, I think.
This is the drum roll.
Yeah, this is the drum roll part.
So we have two new releases for this year. These are Ireland exclusives as well. So we do have different markets. I think there's 8 markets globally that we do our Causeway collection for. Obviously with Ireland we save the ones that we
something
like.
Special, right?
Yeah, there's something special.
Yeah.
So our first one is our 2010 Cognac Cask. So this one's amazing. It's 53.8% ABV. All of our Causeway collections are cask strength, and that's to demonstrate a few things. One, what we can do with cask strength and showcase our liquid, but also showcase the casks that we're selecting as well, because I firmly believe that we have accessibility to casks and different wineries, etc., whoever it might be, who our partners might be. Other people just cannot get their hands on. So these Cognac casks, they're limousine casks. They're coming from the Charente region, just outside of Bordeaux. They previously housed cognac for 15 years, so these are really, really well seasoned.
Yeah.
They kind of merge the best of the two. It's our new make spirit, which we're obviously immensely proud of, has a very, very unique DNA. You know, you always know you're drinking a Bushmills liquid.
Yeah, I agree.
No matter the cask, you always know that that foundation, that DNA is there. But there's just a lovely fusion with this particular casking. So without further ado, will we give it a go?
Please.
We've also, this year...
That's a redesign, is it?
You could say that,
okay.
to a degree. So yeah, this is our, I suppose, our new bottling. And this is really important. I think some people can maybe sort of glide over the top of this, but this bottle for us is a representation of both the history and the heritage of Bushmills, but also the modernity, because we're pushing now into our Causeway collection, which is designed to push boundaries, to experiment, to challenge you to think outside what you think Irish whiskey is limited to. So on our bottle, hopefully you guys can see this.
I'll get a shot of it and yeah, there's no problem there.
So we have nods to our old pot still, the original pot still from Bushmills, nods to the old Bushmills distillery, our Causeway stone at the bottom.
Never copped that.
Nod to Giant's Causeway. We're very proud of where we come from, our community. We're a massive part of the community. It has been said there would be no whiskey without the village, and there would be no village without the whiskey. So we're very, very proud of where we come from. But I think this bottle kind of shows intent of a bit of a nod to us moving into a modern era, but still being very proud of our heritage and our tradition.
So these are kind of similar. When I say as a redesign, they are kind of, but for they're more redesigned for the Causeway collection this year, moving forward, aren't they? Yeah. Because these are actually the bottles that you use here are on your standard.
Yeah. So this
pours.
This is our bottle for our core malt portfolio.
Malt, that's the word I was looking for. Terrible.
Our 10, 16, and 21 are currently housed in this bottle. Our blends are the old school sort of style that everyone is probably accustomed to at this stage. Everyone has a bottle of Blackbush in their house.
Everybody does. It's classic.
But yeah, I think this is moving forward. This is something that we're exploring on an avenue that we want to go down, and I think they're stunning. They're eye-catching bottles.
They're cool. I like them. I dig them. I think they're hardy. They stand out. Sense of strongness to it. I always perceive like a good design bottle. I don't know. I'm a sucker for a good design.
Yeah. I mean, everybody is.
Yeah.
You know, it's the reason why you order a particular cocktail or a particular dish. If it looks good and you see it going down to a table, you're going to get it. And if you see a bottle that catches your eye on a shelf, on a back bar, whatever it might be, that's one you're going to go for.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? So,
I think we should pour and we should talk because
absolutely.
Actually, Mark is down here for a tasting tonight, as he already said, and we're running. We're kind of getting close to time, and people are going to start arriving. So we don't want to waste too much time on this, or we don't want to waste too much time talking about it and not drinking, is what I should say.
So, like I said, 53.8% ABV. Obviously, the region that we're taking our Cognac Cask from, famed for the Ugni grape as well. So the backbone of Hennessy and Remy Martin, Martel, a lot of famous cognac houses. Gives a very distinct flavour in itself.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of, I'm getting that Bushmills.
You get the DNA.
Yeah, the DNA.
You always do, and it's the DNA is a lovely mix of ripe orchard fruits. So crisp green apple, pears, some zesty lemon, citrus coming in there. Fruity, it's floral.
Floral notes, yeah. Getting fruity as well.
But also unmistakably, you know, the DNA contains that malty, biscuity note as well. Obviously, we're leaders in single malt. You know, we are pioneers in single malt. So we want that characteristic to factor through from our new make right the way to our final bottle, depending on whatever cask it is, doesn't matter.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
You're really getting a lot of fruit for myself on it, which I like. I love that in a single malt, like quite fruity forward.
Yeah.
Sweetness.
And the Causeway collection, like I said,
no, you had it stuck in already.
I got impatient. The Causeway collection, like I said, they're all cask strength whiskies, but they don't drink as such. You know, so palatable. Flavor profile coming at you in layers as well. So obviously, taste is very relative. Tasting notes to a certain degree will change based upon every different person. So for me, this is that lovely DNA, the ripe fruits, citrus, fruity, it's floral. There's some lovely elements of spice in there.
Quite spicy.
It's like a spiced mandarin almost, you know, something that you would automatically associate with cognac.
Yeah. That
sort of lovely orangey mandarin note. And yeah, there is that sort of lovely spice. And dare I say, a little touch of herbaceousness in the background there as well. So I think that's coming from obviously the interaction with the wood. you know, these casks have housed cognac for 15 years previously, so
well seasoned,
well
lots
seasoned.
of flavour to give off.
And that gives us an ideal platform to extract flavours from that, you know. So stunning liquid, yeah, and very much looking forward to hearing people's thoughts on this one, because I think it's special. So
it's a 12-year-old cognac cask, 53.8, so it's borderline 54%.
Yep.
Any idea of price point for the collectors, the consumers?
In and around €125.
Okay.
So I mean, for what it is, I would say that's phenomenal value.
Okay.
So yeah, we want all of our liquids to be accessible. We want people to be able to pick up a bottle and drink it and enjoy it. I have the mantra that whiskey is for drinking, not for looking at. So
I think it varies a little bit. I think it's for both.
It does, for sure.
I think if you buy two, you can do whatever you want with the second one.
I think I'm just too impatient.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, I got into the collecting thing at one stage, and then I ended up opening a heap of them, and I was like, okay, you got to stop now.
I think the problem is that I'm too impatient. No, certainly I think at this price point, hopefully it's accessible enough for people to be able to pick this bottle up, sit and enjoy it.
Okay, so whiskey number one, a 12-year-old cognac finish. I didn't ask how long in the cognac cask. Can you tell us?
Yeah, so it spends 7 years matured in bourbon and Oloroso sherry, and then 5-year finishing period.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's saucy enough now for that.
So so as finishing periods go, I mean, we're very patient in Bushmills.
We can tell.
If it's not deemed to be absolutely perfect or where it should be, we have no problem with leaving another year, another 2 years, whatever it might be, whatever it takes to get that liquid to where it needs to be.
And that was my reference earlier with the Sleeping Giant thing. I said it before when you had the first Causeway release. Yeah. And since then, I've been eating my words gladly. Yeah. I'm delighted to see it.
Well, I think a lot of people thought that, you know, we haven't seen stuff, but we had to patiently wait because there's some of these liquids that are, you know, they're old liquids, and this project, truthfully, started upwards of 25 years ago. Okay. You know, it came into fruition a couple of years ago as Causeway collection, but these liquids were patiently sitting maturing and finishing. So we knew that we had something special in our hands, and we just had to wait.
Biding your time.
Yep.
And now all the Bushmills lovers are delighted. So you're saying there's some real old age statements, which is going to lead us perfectly into this next whiskey, which I'm not sure people will be ready for when they hear it. You want to explain to them what it is, and I get to turn this one around.
Yeah, so we make no mistake about also being quite experimental. Some people may call it crazy. This is one of those experiments that it can go one of two ways.
Yes.
It's gone the right way.
Good.
In an amazing sense. We were speaking beforehand. I personally think this is the best whiskey that I've tasted in the past 10 years.
Tell us what it is.
So, without further ado, this is our 1999 New American Oak Cask. So, it's a 23, borderline 24-year-old single malt that has spent its entire life in New American Oak Cask, so Virgin American Oak Casks.
Virgin American Oak.
Yeah.
That's a big gamble.
It is a big gamble. It's
white oak. Yeah.
In whiskey terms, that is the whiskey equivalent of Russian roulette. You know, we're the people who will take these gambles.
Yeah.
We are ambitious enough to do it. We're experimental enough to do it. And I mean, the proof really is in the liquid with this one. It is absolutely stunning. It's at 50.1% ABV, so slightly lower than our cognac finish.
Which is pretty good for a 23, 24-year-old Irish whiskey, I would say.
We've maintained the ABV there quite nicely, I think. This one is super, super tropical. So coconut is the main one that hits me first.
Do you know what hit me first? Is the kind of more antique-y wood note to it.
Yep. Well, there's a lot of interaction with the wood, obviously, and you know, so we are taking those sort of oaky characteristics and some of those tannins and stuff. For me, that's prevalent on the nose initially, and after that, that's where I'm getting tropical notes. It's coconut, it's tropical fruit. There's this lovely sort of white peppery spice as well on the nose, but that's really prevalent on the palate as well. So you get this lovely undercurrent of like white pepper. It's amazing.
That's quite nice on the nose. I like that. Like it's not it's not tannic by any means. It's kind of it stands out as kind of, to me, more antique with a lot of like those tropical fruit sweetness.
Yeah.
Love this up. Sláinte. Looking forward to this. 23, 24-year-old American oak.
This just gets better every time I taste it. I still remember the first time trying this, and I can't remember previously having such a strong reaction and affinity to a whiskey like I said in the past 10 years.
That's great.
And even when asked, like, what would you compare it to? There is no comparison, you know. Even the color of the liquid, you know.
At that age, there's so much happening there.
Yeah. This is a melting pot and a fusion of different flavors. And for me, this is the prime example of the skill of our master blender, Alex Thomas, because I think some people maybe don't understand the thinking that goes in behind the scenes on that one.
Okay.
But this is a mastery of flavors.
Okay.
You know.
I get that.
So many different waves and layers of flavors going on, and it's just an absolutely stunning liquid. I'm really excited for people to try both, obviously.
Yeah.
But being able to watch people's initial reaction.
But that's incredible.
Is trying the new American.
You wouldn't think it for a virgin oak cask
Yeah.
at that age, 23, 24, roughly.
Yep.
There's so much happening. It's like there's like a lovely, even like, I know it's not, but there's almost like a kind of a nearly rum funk to it as well, and you know.
Yeah. I mean.
Now I pull some weird stuff out. I will say that I'll be the first one to put. I've said some tasting notes and people have gone, "What?"
But tasting notes are so relative.
Yeah.
You know, I was having a conversation about this earlier on. You know, everybody's different, but that's what makes Irish whiskey interesting. You know, there's so many interactions we can have based upon our different palates.
Yeah.
And this particular whiskey it showcases that, because there's, like you say, there's so much going on. There's so many layers of flavor. It's stunning. Each time that you come back to this liquid as well, you're gonna get something slightly different. You know, it's gonna evolve your thought process a wee bit.
I'm looking forward to seeing it on shelves. What are we talking about RRP for this?
For this, we're talking circa 450.
Okay. Yeah, spicy.
So.
But yeah, I mean, it's an age. It's 23, 24 year old.
Yeah, so that's exactly it. You know, and someone made the point to me, you know, that if that was a insert Scotch brand here with, you know, a 23, 24 year old on the label, you're probably paying a lot more than that 450 mark. So again, you know, it's at the price point that it needs to be, but also hopefully in that range where people can still feel that they can either pick up a bottle or at their local bar or whatever it might be, that they feel that they can treat themselves and indulge in this. And that's the main part for us with what we're doing now. And this sort of roadshow element is getting people to try these liquids.
Yeah.
You know, because we do understand that, you know, at €450 for a bottle, you need to know what you're getting, and I am confident that anybody and everybody who tries these liquids is going to be absolutely blown away.
Amazing. Well, I'm blown away with that one, and that's for a cognac. And I wouldn't be a huge fan of cognac cask finished whiskies, but that was beautiful as well.
Yeah.
I'm very conscious that the time is running on, and we have a tasting that we have to do. These are available 9th November, which will be the day that we're going to drop this video, hopefully.
Yeah.
If not, add or take away a day or two, whatever.
Yeah.
But at a good retailer near you, obviously it'll definitely be available in Ireland. But if you do get a chance over the coming months and you're watching back on this, maybe you had a few questions, drop a line in the comments section below. I'll be happy to get in touch with Mark if I can answer anything for you.
Yep.
And we say a big thank you. I appreciate your time.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks for
having me. We've got
to
unfortunately go and try another 6 different whiskies. It's a tough life.
Someone's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it. I'm glad to be on the receiving end of the whiskies. But for more information, like I said, I'll leave all the links to the Bushmills websites down below, and you can check them out in your own time. For myself, the Whiskey Chaser Brian, and for Mark from Bushmills, Sancha. I'll talk to you soon.